Previously on TV Tuners.
Gerald's off the grid.
I regret to inform you TV Tuners is now cancelled.
I can't believe I saw your dress. It's beautiful.
Jesse Swanson has gone broke. Been disavowed by the U.S. government.
Wait, he got picked to death by ostriches?
Santa Claus has lost all control. We need to dismember him.
And now, TV Tuners continues.
Hi there, and welcome to TV Tuners, a television podcast for the true fanatics. It's a weekly dive into the latest in TV news and reviews. I'm your host, Swanson, and with me, as always, is my New Year's master boy, Stairmaster.
That's it?
And co-host.
I thought you were going to do like some sort of plan opening song.
I'm not that clever.
No.
Sorry.
Well, what do you got for Kiorein?
And with us, as always, is Christmas tree that I haven't taken down yet, Kiorein.
Hello. I'm staying around for at least a couple months.
Yeah, until like I find the time to take it down, and
Long after it started molding.
yeah. Well, it's
It's going to be March by the time you get rid of me.
Yeah. And we're here to ring in the new year.
Ring, 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 ring.
You hear
Wow.
the bells ringing for the new year?
Wow, every time you ring a bell, a year gets its wings.
Every time you ring a bell, a podcaster gets a listenership reward.
Every time you ring a bell, a man says, nice.
That's the greatest gift of all.
What you guys watch this week?
I've just been watching The Simpsons.
Wow. What a
I
weirdo.
started watching Game of Thrones.
Whoa!
What? Is this true?
Yeah.
This is-
My mom was like, hey, you haven't watched Game of Thrones, have you, boy? Have you, boy?
Your mom
Boy.
calls you boy?
Wow,
Boy.
you're in for like 2 great seasons of television.
Like 3.
2 great seasons of television, and then a season that makes you go,
The Red Wedding happens in season 3. That's like the
Okay.
pinnacle of good.
All right, if that's what your definition of pinnacle of good is.
I can't believe we're having a Game of Thrones debate in the what you've been watching portion of
Okay,
the show.
season 3 is good, but it's where all the structural problems with the TV adaptation comes in. It's sort of like Homer's Enemy.
Hey, can you not sour this for me? I ain't even watched 5 episodes
Oh,
yet.
sorry. Who's your
How many
favorite character?
episodes? Oh, yeah. Hold on. Say who your favorite character is before me and Stare share a look.
I don't know his name, but it's the dwarf guy. He's my favorite.
Oh.
He's pretty good. What about Aquaman? Do you like him?
Who's that?
My man!
He's Jason Momoa.
I don't know if he showed up in
played-
like the first 2 episodes
He's
yet.
Kiev said 5, didn't he?
He's Khal Drogo.
Yes, he's the horseman.
Oh yeah, he's pretty great. He likes to say no.
No.
No. Do it slow. Do it too small.
So how many episodes have you watched, Kieran?
I think 4.
Whoa.
So did they get to that place on the very high hill?
I don't think so.
Okay, then.
They would have said,
No, it's-
we've gotten to the place in the very high hill.
While looking directly at the camera, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Ned Stark sort of says that, and then everyone like looks at him and nods.
Yeah. Do you have any predictions for how the season will play out?
I think people are going to start dying a lot.
Okay, who dies first?
How am I supposed to guess that?
Guess.
Just think of who's on the show and who should die first.
Probably the king.
Yeah,
He's just gonna just quickly die.
Yeah, that would probably cause some problems, I think, for the throne.
Yeah, that might cause a Game of Thrones.
You know, that makes a lot of sense. How do you start the game with a living king?
Yeah. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild. Anyway.
Alright, so do you like it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna keep watching it.
Would you say it's a tune-in?
Yes.
Maybe if Keo catches up in time, we can watch the final season.
Oh, no. Oh, yes.
All the people out there are waiting on my opinion on Game of Thrones.
Yeah, the show that no one talks about. It's underrated. All right. I finished Narcos Mexico. It was good until the torture.
I thought you said Martin for a second.
Yeah, I watched classic 90s.
Mexico.
I watched classic 90s sitcom Martin, but in Mexican. Set place in Mexico.
Martin goes to Mexico.
Yeah, it was very tone deaf.
Yeah.
How many racist jokes were there each episode?
At least 5. Anyway,
somehow still
you,
less offensive than Night Court.
What'd you say, Keo?
I said I'm surprised you stuck through that.
Well, you know, Martin Lawrence is funny. Remember that movie Big Mama's House?
I'm gonna say yes, as if I.
The mom is so large.
That mom, she's so big, and it's her place.
The ending to Narcos season 4 kind of reminds me of Old Country for No Man. Kind of, sort of, like just mood-wise.
You said Old Country for Old Men?
No, I said No Country for Old Men.
Keo?
I'm gonna side with Stair and say he did not butcher the title.
Yeah. It's a good thing we don't have a tape or any sort of playback features on the said tape.
If you think Stairmaster said Old Country for Old Men, use the hashtag StairDoneFucked. I don't know if you can actually use that on Twitter, but go try it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Jack comes to your house if you try to use the hashtag and a cuss word.
Yeah, just use the hashtag Nazis, and I'm sure that will be fine.
Stair Pride.
Anyway, I watched Narcos Mexico, and I finished it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was good.
Yes.
Until the torture.
Yes. Then it was great.
Yeah, I love seeing people get tortured to death.
I'm learning a lot about you today, Swanson. Taking notes.
Well, you'll be looking forward to a lot of torture when watching Game of Thrones. So.
Oh my, yeah.
And we skipped the part where the dog died.
Oh,
your mom was like, "No."
It's too sad.
People in the room were like, "I can't watch this," so we skipped.
Wait, hold on a sec. Hold on. We did not talk about the fact that you're watching this with your mom.
Were you fast forwarding over the sex scenes?
The numerous sex scenes.
We just quietly watched them.
My dad had to fast forward when it was the one with Renly and his boyfriend.
He couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
What was he just like too aroused?
Maybe. I didn't think it was polite to ask.
Keo, what would you do if you were just watching the sex scenes with your mom and you just heard like a
I think I'd stop watching at that point.
Oh no! Khal Drogo fucks good.
Yeah, it's true, he does. So you're just awkwardly watching these sex scenes with your mom, Kiorein?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. And also, she's seen the show like at least 3 times or something.
Okay, what if your mom was like, maybe one day you can do this to a lady?
Maybe you can please a man like really Khal Drogo.
But we're mature adults. We can handle a little bit of nudity and people thrusting in front of each other.
Wait until there's like a lesbian scene, Kiorein, and then just go, "Oh, nice!" Just like loud,
two of them.
Just like audibly and loud.
That'll make things awkward real fast.
Or just be like, excuse me, and then just go to the bathroom for a long time.
Stop trying to make this weird, Swanson.
It's just a wholesome mother-son experience.
Yeah.
It's like a whole family experience, really.
Oh no. Yeah, so let's discuss the news.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
This one involves a show that we'll be discussing later on in the podcast.
Please no.
Who is America?
Oh.
Yeah, so Sacha Baron Cohen recently revealed that there was an interview he had to cut from his Who is America series that was bad. It was bad. So bad that he gave it to the FBI.
He accidentally stumbled upon a child sex trafficking ring.
Yeah, it was a skit where he was playing his like crusty old like billionaire character. And
so you're saying that the show where he had a man disrobe and shout racial slurs.
What racial slur? Could you say it for us, Keo?
I don't think.
Damn it.
Almost got him.
It's always next time.
So that was okay, but what was on this story wasn't.
Well, yeah, let me get into it a little bit, Kiorein. I'll directly read the quote from Baron Cohen.
Break it down.
Yeah, give me a beat. And there was an interview that didn't make it in with Gio. We were shooting some of this at the time of Harvey Weinstein. We wanted to investigate how does someone like Harvey Weinstein gets away with doing what he got away with, criminality, essentially, and the network that surrounds him. We decided that Gio would interview a concierge in Las Vegas. During the interview, I revealed that basically Gio had molested an 8-year-old boy. Now, mind you, this is extreme comedy, and we thought that the guy would leave the room. Instead, this concierge stays in the room, and I go, listen, you've got to help me get rid of the problem. And this guy starts advising Gio how to get rid of this issue. We even at one point talk about murdering the boy, and the concierge is just saying, well, listen, I'm really sorry. In this country, we can't just drown the boy. This is America. We don't do that. And then in the end, he puts me in touch with a lawyer who can silence the boy. It became really dark stuff. And then at the end of the interview, I say, listen, I want to go out and celebrate now. Can you get me a date for tonight? He says, what do you mean a date? And I go, like a young man. He says, well, what kind of age? And I say, lower than bar mitzvah, but older than 8. And he says, yeah, I can put you in touch with somebody who can get you some boys like that. So yeah.
He gave it to the FBI, and what did they do?
Nothing.
Pizzagate is real.
The FBI just said, I know.
We know.
He called the FBI, and it was the guy he interviewed on the phone.
I know what you did, Sasha.
Now you work for us.
I do, yeah. It is very weird that the FBI was like, nah, we good.
Well, it's Trump's America.
I don't actually care about sexual trafficking. Unless I'm the one doing it.
There are good people and bad people in the business.
Look, sex trafficking is just like any other business.
There's good people on both sides. There's
Anyway.
good traffickers and there's good people being trafficked.
There's good Johns and there's good hoes.
Anyway, yeah, it's as you might have noticed from that reading, incredibly extremely dark stuff there.
I thought you were just spitting sick bars, Swanson.
I mean, that was a real thing that happened, but
That was a very bizarre hypothetical rap you did there.
it was kind of freeform, like jazz.
Okay, so do you have like a good news story?
Yeah, sure.
Do you?
No, it gets worse. So Kevin Spacey recently got charged with felony sexual assault, and hours after that charge had been dropped on him, he released a bizarre video as Frank Underwood from House of Cards.
I have some questions. Like, in this video, is he implying that Frank Underwood also is accused of sexual assault?
He's implying that Frank Underwood has a lot of crimes, and it would be... Look, I don't know, man.
But he's talking about being falsely accused as Frank Underwood.
He seems to be, like, conflating being entertained by a fictional character with appreciating real-life criminals or something. And he's like, you saw me do bad stuff and you loved it.
So is he saying that we want to see him do the real deeds?
Yes.
Yeah, he's saying that you want to see him commit sexual advances on a 17-year-old.
Also, the setting of this video is supposed to be like he's at a Christmas dinner?
He's making a Christmas dinner, I guess, yeah.
But nobody's there. They just have stock sound effects.
Well, yeah, he's preparing for the Christmas dinner. Also, come on, who's going to go have Christmas dinner with Kevin Spacey?
Whoever he paid to hold that camera, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I guess there must be someone desperate enough.
Yeah, this video is chilling, and not in a good way.
I think he undermines the whole plea for innocence by also begging to be put back on his show.
Well, his show's over, so that's it's also a weird bit of like, oh, well, you didn't see me die, did you? Oh,
there's going to be they're going to bring back a new season where I'm not in jail and I'm starring.
And also, everything that happened in the last one was a dream.
A woman running the country? Just pure fantasy.
Yeah, that couldn't happen. Anyway, it's very weird.
Country. Yeah.
And it was unsettling, and I don't like any of these news stories.
I can't wait for the tell-all book about this video.
What was he thinking? Like, what is his end game here?
That's what the book is for, Keo. Us mere mortals can't comprehend the levels of
That's
foresight.
a good question, Kiorein, because I'm not sure what his end game was. I guess to, like, discredit what was happening, but this doesn't really do that. If anything, it makes
like a confession, really.
It makes it more plausible that not only could he sexually assault somebody, but that he could murder someone.
It
and also that he can just be proud of it, too. Cause...
Yeah, this video does give off huge rape vibes. That's the elephant in the room.
It gives off the vibes that he would just, like, murder someone. That he could, like... I'm surprised it didn't cut to him, like, carving up and, like, eating a piece of meat that's, like, like, you couldn't tell what it came from.
And then it pans down and you see a teenage boy on the cutting board.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way he's delivering it seems like he's about to rape the audience.
Yeah, it's no good.
Anything else? Anything else in the world of television?
I mean, it's been a slow week. That's why I had to lead with the two most depressing news items I could find. Much like the post-holiday season, it's depressing and weird. But
I can't wait to die.
Let's cheer ourselves up with a new segment. Hit the theme, Stairmaster.
Okay, so this new segment is called Pick Your Squad, and this time we're actually going to be collaborating.
But I hate Stairmaster.
Stairmaster and Swanson are going to team up, and they're going to pick from 5 different candidates. And they're going to pick 3 people from that list of 5, and based solely on the name, they're going to decide which ones are going to be on their squad.
Is this squad going to go out on a mission?
Their job is to keep you safe from an unknown threat.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so are you guys ready?
Yes.
Bring it on.
All right, so candidate number 1 is Officer Longrod.
Okay.
Candidate 2 is Mr. Scud.
Oh.
Candidate 3 is Gerald Caldera.
Oh.
Candidate 4 is Jimmy Adams. And candidate 5 is Joe, the pro-rape advocate.
Oh, no.
Why? Why'd you have to? Okay.
That last one seems like a big, obvious one.
That seems like a poison pill.
Yeah. I feel like Gerald Caldera's got to be like first, right? He seems like a guy who like knows protection.
That's a warm smile. He knows that everything's going to be all right.
Yeah, I think he's got to be number 1.
I want to say Officer Longrod, but also he's a cop.
Yeah.
I'm very conflicted.
Jimmy Adams is too undistinct for me.
Isn't that one of those podcasting guys?
Jimmy Adams? I don't know. Well, okay, so I think pick number 2 is either Scud or Longrod.
It's gotta be Scud.
Scud is a disposable assassin, so... Mr. Scud? Yeah.
I think I'd rather have the pro-rape advocate than the cop.
Yeah, I don't know about this one, Stir. I don't think so, Stir.
I mean, he advocates for rape, but how likely is it that he killed a black guy? And how likely
is it for a cop to have killed a black guy? It's not really that likely.
Okay, well, think about it this way. 40% of all cops are domestic abusers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any statistics like that for pro-rape advocates?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious what they're could be accused of.
Hold on, is this pro-rape advocate involved with Kevin Spacey in any way?
I can't answer any of your questions. You have to decide solely based on...
Okay, Stairmaster. Jimmy Adams is a cricket player from Jamaica, so I think he just skyrocketed.
Well, that's cheating, but yeah, I want him now. That sounds delightful. Like if someone throws a hand grenade at us?
You can just bat it away.
Yes. Okay, so that's our squad.
To recap, Kiorein, it is Gerald Caldera, Mr. Scud, and Jimmy Adams.
Make sure to post Gerald Caldera's face in the show notes, Swanson.
I'll be sure to do that just like I do every time you say to post something in the show notes.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay, so are you guys ready for your results?
Yes.
Alright, so unfortunately, Swanson does not survive.
Whoa!
What? Why?
Jimmy Adams is immediately defeated by the threat.
Oh my god!
But he's a cricketer.
What happened?
You looked up a random person with the same name as Jimmy Adams? Jimmy Adams is actually a paraplegic man who...
Why did you nominate him? You knew he would die.
Who's not interested in protecting anyone, so he was easily dispatched. Mr. Scott is a trained assassin, but he wasn't really quite enough to deal with all the threats before our friend Swanson here was tragically killed.
What about Gerald Caldera?
Gerald Caldera was out fishing during this entire ordeal.
So there's only one guy actually protecting us?
I mean, Jimmy Adams did his best. But...
You said he didn't care about protecting anyone.
It was his job, though, but he just wasn't invested in it.
Yeah, you can have a job and not be invested in it, Star.
I told you we should have gotten the pro-rape advocate, Swanson.
What would have happened if we had taken the pro-rape advocate?
He would have raped all the assailants and you would have been perfectly fine.
Why wouldn't he have attacked us?
Maybe it's good.
Well, I mean, he would have attacked you afterwards. Okay, you would have at least survived.
I guess it's good that Swanson died.
What if we take the police officer?
Yeah, the outcome wouldn't have been great.
Why? We're both white men.
His name is Officer Longrod. He's also a rapist.
Okay, but what if we put him? What if we put him and the pro rape guy on the same squad?
No.
Yeah, in that case, you're both raped and you both die.
Boy, this.
Okay.
Boy, all right.
I don't think I like that at all.
I don't think I like this entire segment.
What a great show we've got. Okay. Are we doing like multiple rounds or?
No, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we have a second round. See if you guys survive.
Oh,
well,
no. I'm already dead.
This is the alternate timeline where Trunks came back and warned us about these 5 guys.
All right. So in this round, candidate 1 is Zargon the Infinite. Candidate 2 is Scott Runs Quick.
Ooh.
Candidate 3 is Miss Helmet. Candidate 4 is the President. And candidate 5 is Jerry, CEO of Google.
Oh no.
All right.
Well, I don't trust Zargon the Infinite. It sounds like an alien that would try to kill us.
I think he might be responsible for this threat, so yeah, we gotta keep him off.
Miss Helmet seems nice.
At least she's got her head protected, right?
Yeah, so I think that's first pick, Miss Helmet.
Wait, what if her last name is just Helmet?
But she doesn't have a helmet?
Yes, what if that is in fact the case?
Well, I mean, she might still be good. Having a helmet doesn't disqualify her from being good.
The only names we can rely on are Zargon the Infinite, the President, and Jimmy, CEO of Google.
I'm not going to trust the CEO of Google or the President.
I think we have to have at least the President on our team.
Why?
Well, if he is the President, and it's not just his nickname.
It's just a guy named the President.
No, what if it is the President? Then he'll have his Secret Service with him.
Why would it be the President? And why would he be called the President?
Because he's the President!
Yeah, the President has a name. Donald J. Trump.
Well, we don't know that's Donald J. Trump in this scenario. We just know that's the President.
Well, he's certainly not first pick. First pick is Miss Helmet.
Alright. Second pick, how about Zargon the Infinite? Now hear me out. Maybe he has psychic mind powers.
Yeah, but what if he uses them on us? What about Jimmy Runs Good, or whatever that guy's name was? The Runs Good guy.
That sounds like a mafia nickname.
Runs Well.
I think he might be involved with the mob.
Kia, what was his name? Runs Well guy?
Scott Runs Good?
Yeah, well, Scott Runs Good. I don't know, do we really want someone who runs good on our...
I mean, if he's involved with the mafia, maybe.
Okay, why would being in the mafia help? Because he has, like, guys, or...
He has a gun, if he's in the mafia.
Unlike everyone else.
Well, Zargon the Infinite might have a gun.
This is tough. Let's take Zargon.
Okay, so Zargon, Miss Helmet. I want to say Jimmy Runs Good is our third.
Jimmy Runs Good? Alright.
Yes.
Alright, Kia, we've decided.
Okay, so the result is both of you survive.
Yes! Suck it, threat.
Yeah, Miss Helmet is in fact wearing a helmet, and
how fortuitous
to deflect a lot of attacks. Scott Runs Good ends up running away, but it's fine because Zargon the Infinite summons a giant meteor to crush all the enemies.
Oh.
Oh, good.
So, good job. But there is one downside.
Does the meteorite kill us?
No, I said you both survive.
Oh, okay.
Zargon the Infinite takes one of Stair's kidneys.
Why?
Because he wanted it.
I mean, are we going to argue with... How can we argue with him, really? He saved our lives.
And he takes 4 of Swanson's ribs.
I feel like it would be the other way around if he wanted to get the optimal organs.
Yeah, Stair's riddled with kidney disease.
I don't drink enough water.
I drink entirely too much.
Maybe he wanted an unhealthy kidney. Who knows? Nobody understands that guy. He's kind of weird.
Yeah, they call him the Infinite because his mind is an infinite abyss.
Well, I'm just glad we survived this segment.
What a time. All right, and now it's time for another segment, a classic one, being brought back from the depths. It's the Stairmaster Minute. All right, Stairmaster, tell us what's on your mind.
You didn't tell me this was gonna happen. So, I've been watching The Simpsons lately, and it's like, I got this, it gives me like this weird hollow feeling. I mean, it should be like nostalgic and good, but it's just like, this stuff is like 20 years old, and now I'm 20 years old. And it's not coming back. Like The Simpsons, I'm just turning into this moldy pile of worthlessness over time. Who asked for this segment anyways? What fool in their right mind would want to hear me monologue for a minute?
All right, thanks, Stair.
That was very enlightening, Stairmaster. Thank you.
Yeah, wow. Good time with Stairmaster. All right.
I hate you.
Let's head into our last segment here. It's Trailer Blazers. Hit the theme, Keo. Wow, a theme song made exclusively of closed mouth sounds. All right.
A dying art.
We watched a trailer for a TBS limited series called Miracle Workers. It stars everyone's favorite Dave Buscemi.
Mm-hmm. John Buscemi.
And Harry Potter boy, Daniel Radcliffe.
And Harry Shearer.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Oh no!
No, he's still alive. Yeah, Steve Buscemi plays God. He's like
out of it.
Yeah, he's like a distant, out of it God. There's like people talking to God, and he's like, "Man, the Earth's all messed up. I don't know what I'm gonna do."
I decided to open a restaurant.
I mean, I would go. Would you go to God's restaurant?
No.
I don't think I could afford it.
He can't design a universe. I also don't trust him to design a dinner place.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you would probably like order something and then it would just come out a black hole. And you'd be like, I can't eat this.
It's radioactive. It's been blasted with gamma rays.
But Daniel Radcliffe plays the only worker in the prayer unit. So he answers 2 to 3 prayers a day, I guess.
My favorite rap group from the 90s, Prayer Unit.
Prayer Unit. Yeah, they were good. A lot of people don't talk about them. They got overshadowed by Wu-Tang.
We need to talk about the Christian rap movement.
But yeah, this seems like a weird, tonally like dissonant show because the songs that they're playing are like weird, uplifting songs that I would see in like a Hallmark movie.
I think that's the point, Swanson.
You think that's the point?
This is supposed to be in heaven, but nobody knows what they're doing.
Well, yeah, but the music just seems off. I don't know. Kiorein, what were your thoughts on this?
I don't know. I wasn't really sure what they were going for with it, like you did.
It's a comedy.
Well, yeah, I can tell that because of the presence of jokes, but like, it didn't really. It felt like it was like a weird tonal shift with like different moments in the trailer where they're like, "We gotta save heaven." And then it's undercut. It's like undercut by Steve Buscemi being like, we could just destroy Earth.
It's a dramedy, like a Robin Williams film.
Rest in peace. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this.
I didn't really get very much of a strong impression from it. It seemed kind of like I don't know. It just seemed kind of have like a low energy show to me.
Yeah. The trailer seemed like it was a bit where it was like, we have to show you some stuff other than Steve Buscemi, but here is Steve Buscemi.
Here he is. It's that boy.
Hey, look, it's him. He's God now. Joining.
He seems to not really be that into being God, but that's kind of the point. But I don't know if you're going to be that interested in watching the show.
He looks more like Jesus, personally, to me.
Well, Jesus is made in God's image there.
Well. Wait, I thought man was made in God's image.
Well, yeah, so was Jesus, because Jesus was a man.
Jesus was a man, and I damn right.
He was definitely supposed to be God, not Jesus, though.
What if this show? I didn't think about it until now, but this show is actually could be interesting because it's asking a question that we've wondered for years, which is, what if God was What if God was one of us?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask if we should blow up the Earth.
Well, yeah, that's obvious.
But wait, hold on a second. It's obvious that we should or obvious that we shouldn't?
It's obvious we should.
Yeah.
Just blow it up. Start over again.
There's one problem with that idea.
Yeah?
Yeah, like if we blow up the world, we're not going to be able to start it over again.
Well, we're not going to be able to, but God can start it over again, know?
As a wise man once said, before creation must come destruction. And that's why this planet will explode in 5 minutes.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure if God remakes the world, he's just going to cover it in horses.
Oh.
Classic quotes.
Oh, you don't like... So yeah, that's Miracle Workers.
Yeah,
it premieres February 12th.
It looks like a time. Anyway, let's go to our main event, huh?
What did we watch this week?
We watched nothing.
We watched our memories.
Yeah, we played our memories on a giant TV.
And a palace we built in our minds.
Yeah. This week, because it's been the holidays and we've all been busy and, it's the end of the year, I thought it'd be a good time to take a look back on what we've accomplished in this podcast.
Oh, a clip show.
In a way. We're doing a retrospective of the year in television, or at least what we watched in this year of television.
And we'll flash back to our favorite moments.
Remember that time Kiorein got mauled by a live puma?
Hey, Keo, watch out for that puma. It's headed right for you.
There's no... Wait, what?
Oh, God! Oh, no!
Blood everywhere! What a good time. What a good time. I even said during it, what a good time.
You sociopath, you.
I don't feel emotions. Anyway, let's start with our very first episode, our pilot, if you will. Laugh with me. Who is America? It's to date our longest episode, and it was something we talked about earlier.
Really? It was our longest episode?
Yeah, it was like 146 hours.
Oh, just like my favorite movie.
That was a really grueling recording experience.
Yeah, we couldn't sleep, and I refused to let you guys use the bathroom.
We just had to go in the bucket.
Yeah. And I said,
hey, let's flash back to that.
Let's not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Everyone knows the rule of flashbacks. If someone says, let's not, you have to stop the flashback.
Consent is important at TV tuners.
Yes, that's why
we don't make jokes about rape or anything.
Ever. Yeah. Anyone have any long-lasting thoughts on Who is America?
They should leave Bernie alone. Let him be. He's America's granddad. He's America's peepaw.
I ended up watching the entire series, and I don't remember a whole lot of it.
Oh.
It was funny.
Okay.
But, like, it's not... The problem with doing, like, a political show like that, where the whole point is to sort of draw out how ridiculous these people are, is that we all know how ridiculous these people are. It's not...
We are living in hell world.
Like, they know that we know how ridiculous they are. They don't care.
I can't believe we live in a world where that show is forgettable.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
That show would have blown people's minds in, like, the Bush years.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have.
But also still wouldn't have changed anything.
Well, no, of course not. It wouldn't have. It couldn't stop a sex ring. But it was interesting. It was a fun show, and it was a tune in from all of us, if I recall correctly.
It was.
Next up, we watched The Sinner.
Oh no!
This was the show. This was the show where there was like a boy and he like killed his parents or something.
With poison, maybe.
Yeah, it had the guy from
Kurt Russell.
No.
The Big Lebowski.
It had the guy from The Big Lebowski, Jeff Bridges.
Yes.
And he was like, "Hey man, look, I don't really care about your parents, man."
Bye.
It had Bill Pullman. And he was like the lead detective, and he was like, I'm Bill Pullman.
Hi.
You might remember me from Spaceballs.
And today will be our Independence Day from having to solve crimes.
Why did that
Bill Pullman voice?
Classic.
Why did that boy kill his parents? It was like he was a part of a cult or something?
I believe so.
I think like the CIA was programming a demon into him or something.
Oh yeah, it did give us Dark Julian, which was fun.
Yeah. That was also the episode where we found out that I was possessed by a demon. Let's flash back to that. Red rum! Red rum!
Keo, you have to recite the Bible verses perfectly, otherwise it won't work.
Red rum!
In the beginning, God made a tuna sandwich.
No!
Red rum! I stabbed Keo twice that day.
Huh, good times. Anyway,
I still don't know the Bible, so never ask me to do that again.
None of us watched The Sinner past that first episode, right?
No.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it was slow and boring. A recurring theme.
Television sucks.
Yeah. It was a thing. Anyway, next we watched Better Call Saul, a show we all hate.
Yeah.
Man, that show was just such garbage.
Yeah, like this guy, okay, he's not even called Saul.
And his name is actually like Jimmy something.
Yeah, like what? That doesn't make sense.
And what's the show about? He doesn't even do drugs or anything. He just hangs out with some people and talks about his feelings all the time.
Yeah, he doesn't even, like... And then there's, like, this old dude who works for, like, a shady guy, and, like, that's cool, I guess.
But it, like, has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, what? Dumb. Just kidding, we love this show. It's my favorite show. It's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
And season 4 was...
Stairs wasn't in on the joke.
It sounds like Stair might actually hate the show.
Huh?
I love Better Call Saul. It's a rewarding experience every time I watch it. Season 4 was somehow a better show than the last 3 seasons, which were all also great. At this point, I would say it probably rivals Breaking Bad. It's getting there.
You heard it
I
here,
can't wait
folks.
till 2022 when we finally get the next season.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks. Better Call Saul is the greatest television show ever made and God's gift to man.
Well, it's pretty close. What do you think about it, Stare?
I like Dragon Ball Z better.
Wow.
They should give Saul Goodman a sword.
No one in Dragon Ball Z has a sword other than Trunks.
And he's the coolest.
He stops even bothering to use the sword.
Yeah. Why does he have it?
He gets it back in Dragon Ball Super.
Does he use it?
Yes, actually.
Oh. Anyway,
it breaks at the end, and then he has to make like a spirit bomb to replace the broken blade, and he cuts the bad guy in half.
Whoa. What'd you think of Better Call Saul, Kieran?
Really good. One of my favorites. I hate every day that there's no new episode out.
Keo constantly asks me when the new season starts, and I said, I don't know. I don't work for the show, Kiorein.
We should get Vince Gilligan on.
Hey, Vince, if you're listening, tell us when the new season starts.
Please.
I'm sure you already have that info.
Maybe we should flash back to that one time we interviewed Jonathan Banks, actor of Mike.
Who were you guys again?
Broke my boy. What have you guys done?
It was two of
Oh
us.
no! Which one's the real one?
Whoa. Stare, you have to shoot one of them.
But
I'm the
he's a
real
national treasure.
I'm the real Jonathan Banks.
I'm the real Jonathan Banks. I broke my boy.
Oh no!
They both sound so convincing. Stairmaster, you have to kill one, please.
The only way to be sure is to kill both of them.
Do it. Do it quick.
Go ahead,
bang!
pull the trigger. I don't care.
Oh no!
I'm
I
just
only
going to
shot one
look
of
at
them
the.
twice.
I'm just going to look at the stars. Wow, yeah, what a good time. Anyway, yeah, Better Call Saul was probably the best thing we watched all year. You disagree?
Yes, I don't disagree.
Okay.
You're right. You're right.
It was certainly better than the next thing we watched, Insatiable.
Ugh.
One of the worst things we watched all year. It was awful, incomprehensible, and weirdly fat shaming, and
there's like a June May bug romance going on that's entirely uncalled for.
Also, yeah, there was false sexual assault allegations in the plot.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
Did we ever check up on how that show turned out?
I can do that right now if you want.
All right, look it up on the info machine.
On the infotime.biz.
Beep boop boop beep 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 boop bop beep.
Boop, beep, boop, beep, beep. Well, I have some bad news for you.
Oh no.
There's a second season coming out next year.
Oof.
Does that mean it did well, or
It's probably a lot of hate watch. Probably a lot of people hate watched it, I'm assuming.
I don't like that.
Okay, does anyone remember the names of these characters? Because I'm just going to read the synopsis for the last episode and see.
Well, I'm looking at the Wikipedia right now, but okay.
All right. Patty wakes up to discover she has been kidnapped by Stella Rose and Roxy, who are plotting to take down Bob Armstrong. Okay, I think I remember some of these people. However, when her revenge plans go awry because Bob has realized he no longer cares about pageants, a deranged Stella Rose plans to kill Patty and make it look like she committed suicide over Bob. So I guess they did. I guess Stare was right.
Wait, what was Stare's prediction?
That they were gonna fuck the old guy, like the pageant guy, and this lady.
There's like a sentence here about the old guy setting up a polycule, like a polyamorous relationship.
No, hold on. I looked up at the penultimate episode, and there's something about him being outed. So,
oh dear. Also, Drew Barrymore's here apparently. What a show!
Anyway, it was terrible. Don't ever think of watching it. Moving on.
Write an angry letter to Netflix.
Yeah.
Threaten them with violence.
Keo, what's your favorite memory of Insatiable?
My favorite memory of Insatiable was when we finally got to stop watching it.
Do you want to flash back to that?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, God, terrible.
Man.
I hate fat people even more now.
Yeah, good times.
What a great time.
The next episode we watched was Disenchantment, the new series by Matt Groening, creator of The Simpsons.
Let's flash back to our first reactions.
That's kind of funny,
Wow.
I guess.
Looks
That
just
was
like
alright.
Bart.
Yeah, it was alright. I ended up watching the whole thing.
Oh yeah, how'd that turn out for you?
It has like a very weird cliffhanger, but other than that, it's good. It gets
Does it
better
also
as it goes along.
Okay,
It gets more Futurama-esque than Simpsons-esque, obviously, but
that's good.
yeah, it was a fine time. It was funny. Eric Andre remains a delight.
Okay.
I take it neither of you watched any more of it.
No, I
Nope,
watched
I-
like 2 episodes.
The 2 we watched for the show.
No, like the 2 after. Like the one where they go to the swampland and the one with the exorcist.
Yeah, it takes a bit, but it feels like it was trying too hard to be serialized, but also not trying hard enough.
Yeah, it seemed like that too, from what I saw. So in conclusion, just like Bart.
Ooh, just like Bart. Keo, do you have any lasting memories of Disenchantment?
I like the elf. He's my friend.
Elfo, everyone's favorite character who looks just like Bart.
I've never heard that before.
Actually, I think I watched more than 2 episodes.
Whoa.
I think I made to like episode 5. The one where she had to get a job and murder those Hansel and Gretel.
That was alright.
Yeah.
The next show we watched was The Innocents, which was a British show about shapeshifters or something. I don't remember much about this.
Oh, there was a beard guy.
Yeah, the beard guy was a lady, but then he shifted into a beard guy.
And they stuck a mic right next to the porridge as the guy poured it.
It was the worst.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to flash back to that gross sound?
Nasty.
Yeah, like what were they thinking with that? Like, what did that add to the show? Like putting they had to do that, right? They had to put a mic next to the bowl, right?
The Queen demands it in all television and film.
Oh, I do say, put a mic next to the porridge.
Because the sound of it pouring was like so loud and clear. Like
I don't even remember that sound.
Swanson remembers.
Yeah, I remember it. It was gross. It was totally gnarly, mate.
Oi, blimey.
We need to get the director,
the sound engineer on here.
The Foley artist.
Yeah.
I want to know what sound he made, how to come up with that porridge sound effect.
What did you do to do that porridge sound? Anyway,
I rolled around in dung. Don't you
somebody
know?
listening to like watching over the episode and like, man, this scene's too quiet. We need to add some sound to pouring it.
Yeah.
You gotta liven that up.
I didn't watch any more of it after the first episode. Even though I liked it, I just didn't feel like watching it anymore.
So you didn't like it?
It's kind of telling that my strongest memory of the show was that sound.
Yeah, there was teenagers who were in love or something. I don't remember.
Wow. Love.
Wow, it seems like love is the strongest emotion of all.
Yeah, so that was a tune out.
Next we watched Jack Ryan.
Oof.
Yeah, oof indeed. Yeah, it was a lot of bad.
But there was a lot of good too, like Bunk.
Yeah, Bunk can't save this series. That's just a lot of bad.
I mean, I found it entertaining, but I could definitely tell it was kind of mediocre.
And by the books.
Yeah, it just seemed like a real
a more boring. boring version of 24.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we already watched the better version of Jack Ryan later, and which we'll get to.
They played it real safe.
Yeah. Also, Jack Ryan, works at a desk for all of 2 seconds before jumping across the country.
They had 20 characters at that office who I presume never appear again.
Good. No, they come back, unfortunately.
Did you watch the whole thing, Star?
No, I only watched 3 episodes before giving up. I got to episode 3 with the weird drone pilot. There's some guy who wins big at a casino, and a guy pays him to fuck his wife before beating him up.
And you were like,
saves...
this is too realistic for me.
Yeah, this is too reminiscent of my life. Should we flash back to that? No, it's not.
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
Ow! Ooh! Ow! Ow! God! Ooh!
Wow.
I wish we had flashed back to the sex part and not the beating.
Well, I mean, you kind of messed it up by saying no too late.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Jack Ryan was not that good. Here's my suggestion. Watch only the parts of Jack Ryan where Bunk is in it.
When Bunk isn't on screen, other characters should be asking, where's the Bunk?
Yeah. Anytime Wendell... Yeah, just watch all of the scenes where Wendell Pierce is there, and when you don't see Wendell Pierce, fast forward until you see him again.
Do you think there's a Wendell Pierce supercut of The Wire on YouTube, like there is for Omar?
There should be. Anyway, next we watched The Neighborhood. The Neighborhood.
Welcome to the hood, yo. Welcome to the neighborhood. Again here.
This show was bad.
That show had some weird energy.
Yeah, remember that time where it suggested that white people don't know what washcloths are?
Yes.
How did that get it all the way onto being aired?
Let's back to a clip from The Neighborhood. You see, white people wash like this, while black people wash like this.
Yeah,
what a weird sound effect.
Yeah, it was weird that Bill Cosby was on that episode.
Well, he is America's dad.
They had white people on the show who were saying that they don't use washcloths.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
But I mean, they had Cosby in the studio, so they had to use
Does this mean that all the actors on the show don't use washcloths, or
that's a great
they
question.
just keep their mouths shut?
I think they keep their mouths shut. They're like, "Ha, this is a funny white guy joke."
I think the director hits them with the stick if they try to refuse.
That's a paddling.
Give him the stick. No, don't give him the stick.
Yeah, the show was baffling and weird. And any attempt that and all of the poor attempts they made to talk about race in the year 2018 was just not good.
I think we're more likely to experience a race war because of it.
Yeah. Yeah, Stair's not completely wrong.
Just mostly.
It probably increased the odds by at least 0.01%, which is pretty high considering this is a what channel was this on?
CBS.
Sure. I think the people who watch
bump
it
up to 0.02.
No, I think the people who watch it are too feeble and old to participate in the next race war.
Yeah,
but they'd be avid supporters of it.
Yeah, they would be like, "Oh, I think the race war is a great idea."
They'd ask their kids to come over to help fix their computer so they could perpetuate the race wars even further.
Yeah. Next was an unconventional episode for us. We watched the most recent episode of Law & Order SVU. Which featured incels.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was a good time.
They waited half the episode before Googling the terms used.
Yeah, and Ice-T was like, "You telling me these are people who don't have sex, but not voluntarily?"
They can't have sex. Dun dun.
Yeah, it was typical Law & Order SVU, which is to say, not good.
There's too much law and not enough... Wait, no. There's too much order and not enough law.
Also, cops are bad.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you want a flashback or anything?
To a cop being bad? No.
Okay.
Next up, we watched The Haunting of Hill House. This was the Netflix show about like that family who had a haunted house and their mom went crazy or whatever.
There was a ghost.
Or was there?
I think there was.
I didn't watch any more than the first episode of it.
I'm pretty sure there's ghosts, Swanson.
I don't know.
Too much family drama, not enough ghosts.
This was the rare example of where something was like really well liked by critics, but I didn't find any enjoyment in it.
I thought you thought it was okay.
I still said it was a tune out at the end of the night, I think.
Yeah, well, I don't care for ghosts, personally.
If a ghost tries to approach you, does it get leery?
I get leery.
Whoa. Yeah, it was alright. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I would watch more if it was... It's something we discussed on the episode, but Netflix shows tend to have very boring first episodes.
If you like ghosts, you can watch it.
If you are a ghost, you should watch it. Some nice tips in there for just spooking people.
No! This is exactly why I don't like ghosts. Society is too accommodating to them.
What, by making TV shows about them?
Yeah, it keeps... They don't need that much representation. Why don't they make a show about how spooky it is to be alive?
It's not that spooky, Stare. A lot of people are alive. Not that many are ghosts.
That's the greatest nightmare of all.
What exactly would you do in a show like that?
Maybe the guy works like a dead-end office job.
Okay.
And his wife doesn't like him.
Is that spooky?
It's depressing.
I would be spooked at the prospect of having that life.
So...
What Stare just described is like an indie film from 2012.
Oh god, now I'm actually spooked!
Alright, the next thing we watched was, continuing the spookiness, was The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. There was no talking cat, so it was not as good as the original Sabrina, but it was still okay.
It was a tune-out because of that.
What was a tune-out for you? Me and Keo liked it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was fine, but I didn't keep watching it because no cat.
Yeah, if that cat had talked, that'd be... That's the thing, though. That cat did talk before it showed up as a cat. Why can't that cat just keep talking?
Because then that would break the reality of the show. Having a talking cat in this show about magic practitioners.
Yeah, too unrealistic.
Also, I don't think they're technically practicing magic. It seems like they're just praying.
No, there's definitely magic in it. I watched the whole thing.
Oh, congratulations.
It was okay. There's magic in it. There's for sure magic and, like, Satan's there.
There is magic in the show.
Give me a line Satan says.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Satan. I'm back again.
Wow.
To cause Armageddon.
I think I need to watch this.
At one point, he, like, makes a joke where he's like, I'm getting tired of this.
You sure do know a lot about Satan. Perhaps we should flash back to the time that you met him.
Oh,
I have a contract for you.
You Satan?
Yes.
Wow, okay. Well...
I am the Prince of Lies. Ignore that last part.
Ha, sure thing, buddy. What do you need?
Eternal life. For Kiorei's soul.
Oh, well, that's easy. Sure, I'll sign on that.
The compact is sealed.
Wait, what?
Huh, yeah.
Wow,
good times. Kio's eternally damned.
I can't believe you did that. And now we can't even kill you for it.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
I'm still not sure how you managed to agree to that for me, but... You know, that's life.
Look, Satan...
Well, you were tied to a chair.
Satan works in mysterious ways. Next was the one episode this year where Stairmaster was not present.
Also our most viewed episode.
I don't think so. Not anymore. Yeah, this was Tell Me a Story. Me and Keo watched this abysmal show.
Oh, yeah.
Last night, as we drove back home from Christmas, we saw a billboard for that show, and I just burst out laughing.
I have a confession to make. I actually did watch that show.
Oh, yeah, but you weren't here for the episode. All right, well, now we get some insider gossip here. Stair, what did you think of that show?
I deleted all my show notes, so I don't remember anything. Bye!
You don't remember anything about it?
Well, no.
You don't remember, like, the guy's, like, creepy stare?
Oh, yeah, that guy. He looks like, Dell McDermott.
I just remember from the episode itself, Kiorein coming up with the classic phrase, Chekhov's pig. Also,
the billboard for the show just had like the three men and the pig mask, and it just said, "Tell me a story." And how can you take that show seriously?
Look, man, those pigmen were serious.
They had guns.
They didn't have a runaway vehicle. They just ran off on foot.
Because there was a parade going on, and everyone was wearing pig masks.
For some reason.
I think they were protesting police brutality.
Yeah, so they were wearing pig masks. Anyway.
What was that security guard thinking?
He was poorly trained.
Yeah.
I'm assuming none of us watched any more of that show.
No.
Yeah, one episode was enough for me. I didn't need to be told any more stories.
And that's why we're concluding TV Tuners.
The end.
That's the wrong song, Swanson.
Huh?
You're playing the wrong song.
Next,
it's like this.
Hmm?
Yes?
Next, we watched Bodyguard.
That's right, Mom.
The better version of Jack Ryan.
They both star white guys.
Only one of them has a reason for being,
on an adventure.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that what we want to call that? An adventure?
It's an adventure.
And one of them wasn't about trying to stop Al-Qaeda from blowing up the Earth.
Is that what Jack Ryan ended up being about?
I don't know, probably.
Al-Qaeda's gonna bomb the planet. You need to do something, Jack.
Jack. Just kill.
Yeah, Bodyguard was a good show. Good time with this guy, David Budd. He's our bud.
Oh, he's our man.
Sergeant PPD, David Budd.
And everyone's a big jerk to him.
Everyone?
Yes, everyone.
Okay.
Okay, name one guy who was nice to him.
Okay, one guy? No.
Well, one dude.
It's the same thing.
Gender neutral.
One individual who was nice to him.
His wife.
Well, she was sleeping with another man.
She saved his life.
Oh, I guess that is kind of...
Spoilers for Bodyguard.
How do we balance these scales?
Also, to be fair, I mean, he was not living with her at the time.
Oh, yeah, and he was somewhat deeply emotionally troubled and an alcoholic.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a good show. Very tense and nerve-wracking.
I wonder if they'll make a second season and ruin everything.
I hope not.
That's right, Mom.
Keo, do you have any thoughts on Bodyguard?
I do, Mom.
Okay.
It's an exemplary show, Mom.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
I quite enjoyed that one, Mom.
Okay. Next show.
Next up, we watched Narcos Mexico, a show we talked about earlier. It's good.
It's good. Keo? Did you watch
my official rating on that show is too much crime.
That's fair.
I thought Keo just didn't like reading subtitles.
He prefers to watch Narcos dubbed.
Yeah, Keo's a dubs over subs guy.
Christopher Sabat voices as Pablo Escobar.
I like the part where Michael Hader comes in to voice Kiki Camarena.
And I get Frank Welker to dub over George H.W. Bush for some reason.
I need to catch this guy.
I mean, people do kind of like to dunk on dubs, but definitely the dub's better than the sub in this case.
Oh, you watched the dub of Narcos?
Yes. It had a good cast.
And they really cut down on the crime in the dub, too, which I thought was necessary.
Oh, so you watched the Canadian dub.
Yeah.
Where they're all nice to each other and polite.
I mean, like, they cut out a lot of the rudeness and the meanness, but...
Like the torture?
Some of it.
Torture's so rude. Do you ever think about that?
A little.
How rude it is to torture someone?
I tried not to think about it, actually.
I mean, the torture still happened in the dub, but it was just like, sorry, I gotta torture you.
Yeah, they were like playing music over it like it was Reservoir Dogs.
Kiki Cameron was like, you'll be sorry when that grows back.
Next week...
Looks like this two-eyed cowboy's going for one last ride.
Next we watched The Little Drummer Girl, AMC's miniseries based off of the spy novel. I did not watch any more of that. I was planning to, and then I totally forgot about it.
Keo, did you watch any more of it? Because I didn't.
Nope.
I remember it being fine. It was a good, like, interesting sort of slow burn type of deal.
It seemed interesting, but like it did not inspire me to keep watching.
I mean, I don't want to watch a show where I'm supposed to root for Israel.
I don't think you're supposed to root for Israel.
I think you're supposed to in the show.
I don't know.
I guess my issue with the show was, while it was entertaining, it didn't really have any characters I felt invested in, really.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, the only thing I cared about was Michael Shannon, and it didn't have anything to do with his character. It's just that Michael Shannon was there.
Yes.
Next, we watched Nightflyers, another adaptation of a novel. This one by classic Game of Thrones boy George R.R. Martin. Grim.
What did he write?
He wrote Nightflyers.
No, the other thing he wrote?
Game of Thrones.
Wow! What a amazing
show.
Coincidence.
Anyway.
Keo just... Yes?
Yeah.
Keo was just talking about that earlier. Let's flash back to it. Hey guys, this is Keo. Me and my mom are watching Game of Thrones.
That sure is weird.
Why am I the fast food worker from The Simpsons?
Oh, jeez.
Huh. That was weird.
Who was that guy talking to Kiorein?
I don't know.
It sounded so similar.
Yeah, it was very strange. Anyway, Nightflyers was weird. The only thing I remember about this show was that the psychic kid that everyone suspects as being the one who's causing the problems had like a chav. Yeah, had a real chav accent.
Because he was a street urchin or something.
I just remember him being like, "Come at me, bro!"
I'm pretty sure all chavs have mind powers.
I mean,
in the real world.
I can't disprove it.
I think they're definitely like immune to like mental interference.
At the very least, they are.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, I think our consensus was maybe if that wasn't a 10-episode miniseries, we would have liked it more. Don't you agree, Swanson?
Of course. I mean, I don't know. If you're a chav and you don't have telepath powers, use the hashtag Chavapath.
Oh, wait. Shouldn't you use it if you do have psychic powers?
Yeah, if you do have psychic powers. If you don't, use the hashtag...
Chav?
Use the hashtag Chavonistic. Anyway, it was alright. I remember that lady almost drowned. That was something.
Oh, you like that, huh? That's what you're into, huh, kid? I could set you up with the drowning ladies.
I'm gonna
come down with me to the basement after the show.
Gonna have to.
Who's this character we're dealing with?
This is Shady Sean.
I'm Eddie.
Oh,
Shady Sean Eddie.
No, yeah, you can tell he's a bad dude because he has 2 first names.
I'm gonna go do some smack now.
He has 2 first names and his title is Shady.
Well, hey.
Maybe you fellas should flash back to my first appearance. Bye. Are we going to flash back?
Yeah, sure.
Oh. Hey, kid, want to smoke some coke?
No.
I mean crack.
Well, no. Double no.
What about PCP?
Crack is whack, especially if you're a teen.
What a terrible individual.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that he owns this building.
Well, I'm glad Swanson took the opportunity to teach the kids an important lesson about drugs.
Which is that they're bad. Yeah, Nightflyers was a show.
Very nuanced lesson.
Yeah. If you want to read a show about people going to an alien spaceship and bad stuff happening, I recommend you read the short story / novella Blind Sight instead. You can find that for free on the internet somewhere.
What if you want to see good stuff happen in space? Where do you see that?
Yeah.
Watch Star Trek.
But not Star Trek Discovery or Voyager. Or
There's
Enterprise.
A lot of bad stuff happen in that. I want just space to be just all good.
Oh, well, I mean, watch the first season of Star Trek Next Generation.
Actually, you can read the Culture series by Lane Banks about this highly advanced civilization dealing with other lesser advanced civilizations.
Or you can read any novel by Ursula K. Le Guin. Noted utopia science fiction writer. Whose name I probably butchered. Anyway.
Yeah, you're going to hell for that.
Anyway, Kiorein, did you have any thoughts on Nightflyers?
I thought it was, like, really, really slow.
Yeah, they did spend a lot of time in that dildo chamber.
Yeah. Dildo chamber.
You're damn right, Knuckles.
Also, the story I mentioned, the author is Peter Watts. I hope that helps you with your Googling.
Huh.
I guess it slightly helped by doing that flash forward where it showed that things did go really wrong, but getting there, it feels like they're going to take like 5 episodes.
Doesn't it kind of take the excitement away when you've already shown that all these characters we're supposed to care about are probably going to be horribly dismembered?
I mean, we only know that one of them is definitely for sure dead, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I guess the intrigue is seeing like how it got to that point, more so caring about like the characters themselves.
That never works for me. I never if you already flash forward to show me that someone's about to die and then you show me their actual death, yeah, that's not going to work.
You hate it when a movie character says, "You might be wondering how I got here."
Well, yeah, I would hate it if the guy said that and then hung himself.
I bet you're wondering why I'm in this situation.
And then he just dies.
Watching to find out.
Imagine if It Follows started like that.
Oh, man. Okay, you know what? In the case of It Follows, I might still be into it. But that's because it was a good movie. It'd be like if Get Out started with like the white dad bleeding out on the carpet or whatever, and he was just
the
like,
camera's panning out.
Yeah, he's just like, you might be wondering how I got in this situation. Well, black people.
Oh, it's just trying to create a post-race society by putting white people's brains in black dudes.
You know, the best part about that movie is how it subtly jabs at white central liberalists.
Yes, exactly. That's correct.
Anyway, the last thing we watched from this year was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Golden Wind.
Yes.
It was good.
Yes.
I guess that is the last thing we'll be discussing on this recap episode.
Well, yeah, we're not. What you were going to talk about Night Court?
I was afraid we might.
No.
I was breaking out into a feverish sweat that you were going to say Night Court when you brought up Nightflyers.
1, we watched it last week, and 2...
Okay, guys. Sorry to jump back here, but...
You mean flashback?
No, please, not another flashback.
What's this flashback even about?
Where are we?
What's going on?
Welcome.
Oh God, are we in hell?
Welcome to my submarine.
What?
That wasn't even a memory that happened. What the fuck?
When did you get a submarine?
Okay, hear me out, guys. A crossover between Night Court and Nightflyers.
I would watch everybody in Night Court die.
Like they're the court on the ship.
Yeah. Oh, you know what it would be? The opening would be that the public defender lady running away from Bull.
Yes, it would be Bull.
I'm just picturing like bringing the chav up for Night Court trial.
Oh no, Dan would be the chav in the scenario.
He would be the No, he's not. The chav wasn't that bad. Don't put that on the chav. The telepath is probably like
the clerk from the later seasons.
Yeah.
The black guy is the one who's in the cage. Good job, Swanson.
He's misunderstood.
Yeah, it's not the chav's fault.
I mean, he does technically steal memories of a naked woman from her mind without her consent, but...
Who wouldn't?
Okay.
I just wonder how those memories got to be in third person, considering they're our own.
Yeah, that is weird. Was she like looking in the mirror?
She had a camera filming it, and then she watched it.
Oh, that's even weirder.
Maybe she's psychic. She's got remote viewing powers.
Psychic people can watch themselves take a shower.
Yes.
The powers are limitless, Swanson. Why wouldn't they be able to do that?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Remote viewing.
Speaking of limitless...
Seems like a pretty low-level psychic power.
Yeah. Speaking of limitless powers, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Well, these powers are actually very limited. Like, they have one specific thing they do.
Oh, yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah, that's the charm.
It was good. It's a good time. I still haven't watched any more JoJo, but it's
Shame.
I will eventually. Now that I'm done with
Better
Narcos.
get caught up, Swanson, so we can all talk about it together.
Yes.
By the water cooler.
Yeah, why did you install that?
To spark conversation.
Yeah.
Like this one we're having right now about the water cooler.
Yeah.
We have a place we can hang out that isn't the basement with Eddie.
Yeah, that's true. Let's flash back to Keo putting in the water cooler. So you want this
Clang.
water cooler over here?
Clang.
Yeah,
Clang.
put it right there.
Clang.
Put it where Stairmaster is gonna walk and keep hitting his foot on it. That's gonna be funny.
All right, whatever you say, kid. It's your
Clang.
money.
Clang. Wait, what was that flashback again? Oh, my foot!
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that water cooler, bud.
Ah! And there's glass shards, too!
Well, yeah, I put those there.
Why did we have to do this episode barefoot?
Well, you did. Me and Keo are wearing shoes.
I thought it was your idea.
I said, wear what you want.
I gave you a memo, Stairs, saying to come barefoot.
Oh, right.
I didn't give it to Swanson. I'm obviously not going to do that.
Yeah, especially not now with all this glass that I threw all over the place. Anyway, yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was a fun time. They're in Italy. It's all weird and wild.
But there's a lot of boob windows.
Yeah, from guys, which is dope. I need male boob windows. More.
They're the fashion leaders.
They're the center of European civilization.
Also, it's the only TV show in the history of the world that ends with a Jodeci song.
Maybe
no one's going to sing it?
There'll be
Every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling so horny.
There you go. You happy, Keo?
Yes, I'm very satisfied.
Yeah, it was a good time. Do you have any opinions?
And it killed our viewer base for that week.
Kill is a strong word.
I like it. I like
it's
all
good.
the seasons of Mr. Joe's Great Adventure, and I want to keep watching.
I wonder what that Josiah guy is going to be up to next.
Yeah, I look forward to catching up at some point. In the future. Anyway, that's about it. That's all of the stuff we watched this year, guys. What a wild and crazy adventure we've been on. With only more to come.
Oh boy, why don't we flash forward and see what's happening?
That sounds terrible. Oh God!
Oh no! The
Very
robots!
good. Your pain is highly amusing.
Okay, that was weird.
That was terrifying and does not bode well for the future of this program.
I wonder why I'm like a villain in the future.
I guess we'll only have to wait and find out.
What does it say? Next week?
That's weird. Anyway, this is the last episode of 2018.
That's a great note to end everything on. And by which
Hey guys, I found this magic scepter with a black diamond on it.
Oh, we can talk about that later.
Whoa.
Making me slightly evil, I think.
Well, nothing we can do about that. I mean, it's almost time to go, Kiorein.
And you know what that means?
It means it's time for plugs. Wait, no.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was time to leave.
No, it's time for us to touch the plug, the electrical plug.
Well, I already got my hat and coat on.
Yeah, why are you wearing that? It's like 70 degrees outside.
Because I'm ready to leave.
He doesn't want to be identified.
All right, well, if you have any clips, comments, questions, foresights, or otherwise, you can send them to us at the TV Tuners Podcast at gmail.com. What's that email, Kiorein?
We have an email?
Yeah, what is it?
I mean, are we getting emails? Who's emailing us?
Yeah, people are emailing us all the times.
If you're listening, we're serious about you emailing us. Like, you have to do it, or we're going to be really mad at you. That's tvtunerspodcast at gmail.com, and you better remember that, and you better email us.
Whoa, wait, that was
right now.
That was actually right.
Is it?
It's a Christmas miracle.
Hey, you
can't sing that.
Oh, sorry.
The Grinch people are very litigious.
The Grinch people. You know.
Jim Carrey. Anyway, I'm on Twitter at Jesse Swanson.
I'm on Twitter at Stairmaster2.
I'm on Twitter at Real Kiorein.
And you can find the show on Twitter at TV Tuners. You can also use the hashtag TV Tuners, and we'll get a glance at what you're saying.
We'll think about it.
I will consider it.
And as always, you can find us on all the podcatchers of your choice. Google, Stitcher Play, or Google Play, Stitcher, iTunes, all of them. You can leave a 5-star review, and we'll be very grateful for it. It helps the podcast get noticed. And that's what you want, isn't it?
I bet you'd like it.
Isn't that what you want? Don't you want it? Don't you want it?
No, please no.
You're making my skin feel bad, Swanson.
Anyway, that's it for this week's episode. We'll be back, not next week, but the week after, with more TV goodness. Till then, bye.
Farewell.
It's over.
Did you know that Harry Shearer was in Star Wars?
I found him.